This piece is called Dinner for One. It's in this piece, the space that we're viewing the art in is a gallery space as opposed to a museum or in a home. And it happens to be shot in this gallery for this show. And so it's placed on the wall that you see in the photograph itself. And in this piece, I recreate kind of a classic black and white photograph, a panoramic photo. You know, a gorgeous snowy woodland scene. But in this scene, I'm setting the table with dishes and wine and glasses for two, but I'm the only one who ever appears, and simply go through the process of sitting down eating in this kind of absurd environment of snowfall in the woods. The overall scene is photographic. The video fills the entire mat of the frame here, and in this case serve as a subtle art reference beyond the big art reference. Painted the red dot of a sail on the piece, and that's the only painting. It's this tiny little element. The idea for this came from sort of from necessity. I was in Bloomington to participate on a panel lecture, and when I went to leave to go back to Chicago, it had started to snow very heavily, and I realized that it was going to be a long, tedious trip, if not a very unsafe one. So I just turned around and went back and checked back into my hotel. And I had my camera gear with me. I thought, well, what am I going to do? And pretty much anything I could think of to do was going to involve snow, because that's what was going on. It was really coming down. So I thought one of the things I saw as I was scouting around was picnic tables, and I thought, well, you know, they were so out of place at that time of year in a heavy snowfall. So I went and borrowed the dishes and tablecloths and place settings from a restaurant in town, and bought a couple little wine glasses and a bottle of wine, and set up a picnic for myself. So in this case, I created the absurd situation as opposed to being inspired by an absurd situation, but it came sort of out of necessity of being stuck somewhere and finding out what opportunities that presented me. And I find that that approach works really well at times to making art, where you simply don't have a choice but to go out and make something happen.